Hello, everybody. I'm back to you today with my charge to Nigeria and Nigerians. Now, the topic of today is Nigeria is morally bankrupt. Something must be done fast and quick. I recently saw some foreign companies, a list of foreign companies that have left Nigeria for Ghana or for other countries, while some other companies are considering closing down their offices in Nigeria and moving to other countries in Africa. It's very tragic, and the reason they are giving mainly is that they cannot work with Nigerians. Too much deception. They are not reliable. They are deceptive. They just deceive them. They find it difficult to work with them. And since they cannot bring all their workers from abroad, it's just easier for them to just leave. Nigeria is morally bankrupt, guys. And because of that moral bankruptcy, people, even foreigners who have started their businesses, are selling those businesses and are leaving. I personally know a lot of Nigerians who have moved from Europe and America back to Nigeria to go and resettle, but they have to move back because they said our people are just horrible. The country is morally bankrupt. And if we are talking about fighting against corruption, this is the place to start. We need to start by addressing the moral corruption, the moral bankruptcy of the country. The president, the National Assembly, the government, we need to begin to pay attention to the fact that we are bankrupt morally. It is the moral imbalance and the moral bankruptcy that we have that is the main problem of Nigeria. Our main problem is not in the economy. Our main problem is not with the poverty, but in the poverty of values. We are poor in our values. We are poor in our value system, and that is what must be addressed urgently today. There must be a holistic system that will penetrate through the school system, families, that will go through pulpits, churches, mosques, the educational system, entertainment world, media, Nollywood, everywhere. We must be able to put a thorough system that everybody must undergo. We must be able to filter the whole country with one moral compass. We must be able to bring in the value system that are needed to produce virtuous people and make sure that everybody goes through all those moral compass and moral standards and be able to abide by them, to inculcate into Nigerians a new set of morals, a new set of value systems. Until we do that, it doesn't matter even if Nigeria breaks up. It doesn't matter even if we go to different countries. We will remain the same corrupt people, void of values and virtues. Then it will never, there will be nothing that will change. Even if you get your own country, we will all, we will still be destroying one another because we have been destroyed inside morally. It is the moral bankruptcy that is killing our country. And that's why we are as poor and as backward as we are right now. So there is a pervasive loss of moral compass across the society. This is particularly evident in the people's participation in various economic activities. Let's just use, because some people say, oh, the people who are carrying drugs, they are just the bad eggs. Or the people who are doing some evil on the outside of the country, they are just the bad people spoiling our name. No. Let's go to the country. Let's go and prove to you that the whole country is engaged in one form of corruption or the other. Some people are saying, oh, it's because they are hungry. It's because we are poor that they are just trying to survive. But that is not an excuse. There are other countries that are poorer than us, but they are not, descending so low to be corrupt and to scam people and to dupe people, and as a way of surviving. Yeah, but there are some people that say, oh, okay, Nigerians are just, commercially driven. We are just, we're just trying to survive, to make a living. No, but that is not an excuse too. There are countries and there are people who have the similar drive to survive, but they are not doing it through crime. Why should we do our own through deception and corruption? But other people are saying, that, well, it is because of the government. Okay, if the government is corrupt, does that give you the reason? Is that the excuse for individuals and citizens to be corrupt as well? I think our main problem is greed. Most of our people are driven by greed, and the government needs to come up with a program, a holistic, comprehensive program to eradicate and to extract that greed, that that corruption, that that lust for things from our people. We must be able to do what we need, a cultural revolution, not like China, of course, but a virtuous revolution, a revolution of values. That is what we need. Our people are damaged inside, they are corrupt inside, and we need to be able to introduce programs of reorienting our people, reorientating them in new value system. So whatever the motivation of, or whatever the reason that you think is why our people are corrupt or the way they are, we still need to address it. It is all going back to the questions of morals. We are trying to survive. We are trying to live at the expense of moral. We have sacrificed our morals. It is as if people have sold, in Nigeria, it's as if everybody has sold their soul to the devil. Even people who are going to church, there are so many examples of this. It's like they have thrown their morals away. They have thrown their conscience away. Even the poor people throw away their moral compass in their struggle for survival. So do farmers as well. Look at the farmers and the sellers of petty traders in the market. If you look at them, all of them are corrupt. There is corruption in everybody, in all what they are doing, because some of them are deceiving their people, customers. The farmers are selling things that have spoiled. I had a story of somebody who went to buy things from the farm, and they packed, they showed him the good things, and then by the time the things got there, they have packed in there some things that were already spoiled. I have another person, actually my brother in Moscow, they ordered cashew from Nigeria, and by the time they had paid money to Nigeria, $300,000, by the time the cashew came here, it was all spoiled, and they couldn't take them back. All kind of corruption. So the farmers are corrupt, the petty traders, even the petty traders, they are cheating you, they are trying to manipulate, they give you the first one, the one you pay for, they hide it. All kind of corruption is in and out. Everybody is permissive, is permeasive. It has permeated the whole section of the country. Look at the artisans. Are the artisans not corrupt? The mechanics and the plumbers, the carpenters. You try to get job to some of them. You will see that they are corrupt. The contractors are the same. So corruption has permeated all sphere of our society. Even church leaders, they have now made church and pulpit a profession of making money. I mean, the church is supposed to be a place of morality, but now it has become a place where morality and moral codes are being broken. Now, of course, we will not even talk about politicians. Politicians complete the erosion. They complete the list of the erosion of values and morals in our society. They accumulate money. That is meant for the people. We don't even want to talk about politicians. I've talked enough about politicians in my program. But there is an article I saw recently where people were talking about what farmers are doing right now. Farmers go and eject, because the fruits need to take some time before it's ripened, but before it's ripe. But what they do, they go and force the fruit to ripen quickly. So they go and eject the fruits with calcium carbide and similar chemicals. So these chemicals contain, they inject the fruits with them so that they will look ripened, but they are not ripened because they have injected the substance like arsenic, lead particles. I mean, those things they inject is calcium carbide, which makes it to be bright and to look, to be ripened. But those things contain particles like arsenic, lead particles, as they contain substances like phosphorus, which literally convert fruits containing them into poison that may cause cancer as well as organ failures. In other words, carbide ripened fruits are a passport to heart disease, liver disease, kidney failure, not to talk about cancer. So that is what our people are doing. The corruption, you cannot even eat with peace of mind again because you don't know if they have injected your food that you are going to eat. Let me give you another example. People, from nurses, doctors. So what are the things they do? In Lagos, there is an article that also highlighted this, where many hospitals, they dump their medical waste somewhere there in their dump site, including the syringes they use, the cannulas, the specimen of bottles, and other disposables. Then some of the workers there, either the nurses, and they will collide with some, scavengers, and they will go and gather those things, and begin to wash them. These are from the dump site. They will wash them and recycle them and then sell them again to to chemists and pharmaceutical centers, and then come and be selling them in the market, and then they bring them back to the hospital, and then they will be using all those used syringe to inject patients again. But the problem with that is not that just that it is being used and washed, but also the problem is, look at, they have been thrown to the garbage sites, and in the environment of all kind of danger. Those are the kind of things that are happening in Nigeria with bacteria, and people are still paying money to go and use those things again. Things that have already, been exposed to urine, all kind of fecal samples and things like that. So a lot of evil are happening in our country as a result of moral corruption. The moral corruption that is happening in Nigeria is affecting all of us, and soon it's going to affect all of us. Any work you give out to people, you cannot be sure that they will do it well. So if we don't do something urgently right now about the moral corruption and about the moral bankruptcy of the country, all of us are living dead. We are all living dead because we don't know how they will treat us, who will give us food, and what kind of treatment we are going to have, what kind of mechanic is going to treat your car. All kind of evil is just surrounding us. We are going to be working as if we are working on mines. Government, social organizations, social groups, civil societies. Let's raise alarm about the moral bankruptcy of our country before it's too late. For the love of God, church and nation. Peace. Sunday Adelaja here. If you believe in nation building principles, please like this video, share it with your friends, and let's change our nations together.